Welcome to Breakfast Central. As it's our tradition here for the very last time in 2023, let's see what the front pages of the papers are saying. And we'll start, of course, with this Nigerian newspaper. On the front page of this Nigerian newspaper, NRC loses 150,000 rail clips to vandalism and thefts. That's the big story. And of course, we have some sub-stories. Federal government to shut section of 3rd Mainland Bridge for repairs from January 9th. And we have intervention loans. CBN recovers 264.04 billion naira from borrowers in H1 of 2023. That's still on the front page. We have Akeredolu battle for Ondo deputy governorship begins. Of course, we do know that Lucky Aiyedatiwa was sworn in. And right now they're looking for the deputy, so it's going to be interesting to see how that turns out. Makinde declares 3-day mourning in Oyo. And the final story, court extends interim order against INEC, PDP over 26 defected Rivers lawmakers. These are the stories this morning on This Nigeria.
That's right. Well, let's move away from This Nigeria and go to our very next paper. The front page there. Ooh, take a look at that picture that you find there.
Love it.
Oh, yes. That's a picture that has got everyone talking. That picture has got everyone saying what indeed is happening. But I can tell you what's happening, all right? So I'll leave that to come back into it. Okay, you know what? I'll just do it now. Let me tell you what's happening. So yesterday, News Central, your darling News Central, did have an event where awards were indeed given to very, very amazing personalities, because we're all amazing people here. And right in the front page there, you could see the managing director. Of course, that's Mr. Akintemi right there to the right. And to the left, that's, of course, Rosemary. She is in charge of marketing and, most importantly as well, communications. So there you have it, bagging an award for this year for a great job well done. And we're saying congratulations to all who won awards yesterday.
Yes.
And most importantly, for those who were nominated and those who look forward to win again next year. The sky is beyond your limit. In the terms, I mean, you can go beyond the skies.
Just to mention that they refused to give
Breakfast
Breakfast Central award. News Central, we're calling people out for not giving Breakfast Central award.
Okay, we're expecting an award.
And not for me, for the show. Anyway, our claim to fame is that one of our own, who has been a part of Breakfast Central, Blessings Mosungu, also won awards for the Anchor of the Year and Best Dressed Female. So congratulations, Blessings Mosungu.
Don't forget too that you had Bernard Akede as well.
Yes, Bernard Akede.
All the way from Ondo State as well. Hopefully he gets to join us again this morning. Hopefully he does so. Let's just hope. Yes. All right. Let's just hope he does so. But then again, let's go straight to the stories. I mean, let's not spend so much time discussing about the awards. You find clips later on in the course of programming. Let's go straight into it. Court extends restraining INEC from conducting election to replace Rivers Assembly lawmakers. There are conversations around this as to why would the court do that. Isn't it in the Constitution that it should? Anyway, we intend to keep our promise of 3,500 naira per bag of cement. Yes, per bag of cement. Boa says, even though there are conversations that many people cannot find the bag of cement, yes, they can find it, but then again, they extend it till, next year. Good story, very good story then. Again, federal government to shut section of 3rd Mainland Bridge for repairs, quite similar to the other newspaper that you just took, which is, this is Nigeria. Shatima calls for peaceful coexistence among citizens. INEC elevates 55 deputy directors, 5,141 others. Wow, great news, I see. CBN investigator warns TTB investors of dire consequences. Rejects their request to delay appearance until 2024. Threatens Titan Trust Bank, UBN risk losing shares to federal government. This story is indeed hotting up. SIM-NIN linkage. Telco subscribe base revenue may record further decline despite SIM-NIN linkage. Remember how tough that was. And finally, I'll take one last one. It's got to do with Akeredolu. Ondo commissioner resigns. That story made the rounds yesterday. Multiple resignations from close quarters, especially after the death of Governor Rotimi Akeredolu, which has seen, past special assistants, advisors resigning, and ensuring that, of course, Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa starts off on a fresh note. But that's all we're going to take on the front page. Without leaving, I'm going to take the big header there that says, UN, United Nations, deeply alarmed by deadly Plateau communities attacks, asks federal government to probe incidents thoroughly, hold culprits to account. Government have sent letter to impending attack, Middle Belt Forum. That's the warning. That's the new one. We're going to see what the security operatives will do about that.
Well, it's a very deeply alarming story, and I don't think that it's something that should be treated with kid gloves. It's a very horrific account. When we talk, anyway, we're going to talk about that as one of our top stories today, so I wouldn't dwell on it for now.
Yeah.
Let's look at the next paper we have this morning on the front page of the Punch, or the Daily Trust newspaper. On the front page of the Daily Trust, the big story we're seeing, bandits give 7-day ultimatum on abducted Zamfara varsity students. Threaten to kill 3 girls if colleagues not released. Negotiate to save our daughters, parents tell federal government. Again, it seems that we're relieving the trauma of the Bring Back Our Girls saga. We've seen over the years different university students being kidnapped. It seems that the bandits will stop at nothing to make Nigeria ungovernable. Our security infrastructures have been deeply challenged. The lives of Nigerians have been at risk. Unfortunately, our government has not been able to ensure that. It feels like the government doesn't even, I mean, they say, a number of people would say, oh, the government knows what to do, but it feels like the government has no idea how to combat with the insecurity challenges that we're going through. And as a parent, I hope that I never have to experience my kid being kidnapped. Because as a parent, regardless of people who say we don't negotiate with terrorists, when your child is involved, at that point, you will do anything to bring back your loved one. And I really hope that these girls are not killed. I hope that the government does bring them back. Indeed, we say bring back our girls, bring them back. Still on the front page of the Daily Trust, we'll maintain 3,500 cement price come January 2024, according to BUA. 2023, despite diversification move, non-oil exports still lag behind. Plateau killings, survivors narrate ordeal as 148 confirmed dead in Bokos. I'll come back to talk about this because I read some of the survivor stories and I had tears in my eyes. Ondo, more Akeredolu's appointees resign hours after Aiyedatiwa takes over. Borno government seeks justice for driver killed by soldier over bribe. Court extends interim order against INEC. PDP over 27 defected Rivers lawmakers. We are seeing, so these are the stories. You can see a picture here.
Yeah, from
and this
Kinshasa.
picture, police officers in action as supporters run into the opposition leader. It's not really clear.
In Kinshasa, apparently.
Yeah, party house during a demonstration in Kinshasa, DR Congo yesterday. So that's, of course, outside Nigeria. These are the stories we've looked at this morning. When we get back to our top stories for the second hour, we'll talk more about the survivors who have narrated their ordeal at the Plateau killings. But let's look at the last paper.
All right, the very last paper is the Punch. Invaders' right community threatened fresh attacks. UN demands probe. It's no longer a hidden agenda. They've written. Let's see what the security operatives will do. 5. Akeredolu's men quit. Aiyedatiwa's cabinet governor shops for deputy. Who's going to be the new deputy? Federal government can generate 10 trillion naira from non-oil assets, tax panel chair says. Combat insecurity, federal government tells 47 new generals. And concerning other newspaper there, you can see on the front page there, Asisat Oshoala, that's one of Nigeria's biggest prize possession in terms of football, plays for Barcelona, and most importantly also for the female national team, which is known as the Super Falcons. Anyway, Tinubu Hills Oshoala says Nigerian women resilient, shining globally, and congratulations to her. 37 jailed for internet fraud in Ogun and Oyo State. Revive moribund farm settlements. Afe Babalola tells Tinubu. I think I got that. Okay, Afe Babalola tells Tinubu. Yeah, I can see that. I got that right. Yep. And another one, constabulary tarnishing police image needs a separate uniform. Yes, RSS says that as well. Well, that's all we're going to take this morning. Very quickly, you do have the stories making the headlines on the front pages. Go get the newspapers. Please do, and read them if you need a more detailed and incisive understanding on what the stories are indeed saying. Don't forget to follow us on all socials as well. We are at News Central TV. And let's get to hear your comments as well. Tell us what your New Year resolutions would be. We'd like to read from you. We'll be right back. We'll take a quick break. Stay with us.